Happy Wednesday, day 3. Had another amazing day with some good topics. I had my workshop today where it was basically going through processing for digital media evidence and everything, still photographies, how to edit videos, how to play with the levels, the highlights, the lowlights, converted to grayscale. Also, as a latent print examiner, how to take photographic evidence, how to photograph evidence, especially those with latent prints, and how to probably get more details. Say if I was photographing money and the background was just very busy and I could not see the latent print or the fingerprint, what things can I do within a program to help me visualize those ridge details just a little bit better, that type of thing. And you know what? Before I go on, I need to get a little bit comfortable. I'll be right back. All right, day 3, take 2. Now I am comfortable. So as you can see, I am all changed. I am all ready. Time to head to Magic Kingdom for the evening. Enjoy my time while I was here. But like I was saying before, I had to get comfortable. I had such an amazing day today. I went to a few they were not workshops, so they were like behind the scenes. How did we do this case? What techniques really work well for this? But the last one I attended was a crime scene perspective from the scene to the courts. So that was amazing to hear about all the different types of crime scene techniques that had to be used in one case. It was funny. I did day 2 video and I did get a message from someone. I'm not going to even put them, out on blast like that, but they were like going back to when I talked about the deceased person that I had, and we really didn't have any information on that. So I'm gonna just touch on that again really quick. When I mean that we didn't have any information, it's like once the medical examiner comes and they take possession of the body and do their autopsy, we may not know at the end what the final outcome was if we don't ask the detectives. The detectives is the one that are in more contact with the medical examiner's office and the family versus us. On a typical call like that, where it's been months and we have a mummified body, there was some areas of disturbance, meaning that the house has sat for so long. They had infestations of different things. So far as forensics evidence, there wasn't much. We really didn't think it was any type of foul play from what we can gather at that moment, because the fire department did have to make entry into the home. So the home was totally secure. The animals were not in their natural state anymore. So it was a lot of other things that I didn't get into detail about that. But like I say, once again, if it's a case that really have me kind of like, hey, I would like to know more, yeah, we just go upstairs and ask the detective who's going to be associated with that case for the duration until it's cleared and no other follow-up is done on that. So people try to come for you at times like you don't know your job, but I know my job. But anyway, all of the different case studies today was amazing. That's what I did. I don't really know what I have on tomorrow. I didn't look at the schedule all the way. I tend to wait until when I get back, or if I went out to dinner before I go to bed for the night, to kind of look over all the descriptions and see what is a description of the actual case study or the event or the workshop. But like I say, the workshops are paid workshops, and I only had the one today that was a 4-hour workshop, and I really didn't need that, because one of the things they showed how to extract and change channels if you are into photography or you are into Adobe Photoshop and you have your RGB channels and everything. And when you have a image of a of a photograph or evidence of a photograph and you're trying to see other evidence, you may need to change those channels to get rid of one color. So if it's red, you want to get rid of the red, so you have to change the channel, do some other things. So I'm not going to get too much into all of that, but like I was saying, it was so good to have that refresher and also be shown a different way to achieve the same outcome, but just a little quicker. So with that being said, I won't keep you too long. This is day 3 of the IAI Educational Conference out here in Orlando. So until next time, have a magical day. I'll see you tomorrow.